Have you ever got stuck on a problem or blocked thinking that this is the only way to do it? Or you worked with people that come to you and they say to you, this is the only way to do it? I want to relay a story that happened to me when I was at the Chicago YMCA, and I've always remembered this because it's really made a difference in terms of about how I think of things. So there was a gentleman that was a wealthy man and a major donor. His first name was John, and we wanted to build a child care center in his part of Chicago. And so I went to him and asked for a major donation, and he was the lead gift, giving us $1,200,000 for to build a child care center. And at the time that sounded right. I talked to my building development people and said, okay, this is going to work. They did all the planning. And we got into the project, and my building people came back to me and they said, we can't do it for that amount of money. And we've heard this a lot in all kinds of building things that are going on, so it wasn't unusual. So they asked if I could go down to Florida where John was staying and ask John for more money. So I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do that, but I ended up flying to Florida, sitting with John over breakfast, and I told him the whole sad story about how we needed more money. And John looked at me and he said, look, he goes, I gave you $1.2 million. He said, that's all I'm going to give you. So here's what you need to do. And he took a piece of paper and he said, boom. He turned the paper over and said, you need to start again. You need to look at this in different ways and you need to make that work. So I flew back to Chicago and I talked to the building people and I said, look, we turned the page over, we have to start again, and we have to build this for the $1.2 million that we had designed and we told him that we would do. Our integrity is a bit at stake here, and how do you make this work? So they came back and they looked at it in different ways, and at the end of the day, they built the center for $1,200,000, and it was a beautiful center. It really worked out. But I always remembered, and I think it's important, I love to hear your thoughts on this. It's, sometimes we just get stuck. We don't think of things in other ways. We don't weigh all the options. But if we do, oftentimes we can find ways to make things work. And so, for what it's worth, turn the page over and start again. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.